Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel, Canada Immigration. We hope you're doing great. Well, in this video, we'll talk about the state of the Express Entry Pool, March 2024. Welcome to the latest update on the state of the Express Entry Pool for March 2024. As Canada's flagship immigration system, Express Entry plays a crucial role in selecting skilled workers for Canadian permanent residency. In this video, we'll delve into the key statistics, trends, and developments shaping the Express Entry Pool, providing valuable insights for prospective immigrants, stakeholders, and policymakers alike. From candidate profiles to invitation rounds, we'll explore the current landscape of Express Entry and what it means for immigration to Canada. So, to get all the information, pay attention and watch the video through to the end. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for upcoming episodes. So, without any further delay, let's jump into the video. March has marked another month of Express Entry draws, as Canada's immigration system continues to invite candidates to apply for permanent residence. Certain trends continued through last month's draws that may provide further understanding of how Express Entry may continue throughout the year. How does the composition of the Express Entry candidate pool influence score cutoffs and draw sizes? While it can be difficult to understand how the makeup of the Express Entry Pool impacts comprehensive ranking system, CRS, score cutoffs and draw sizes, there are a few basic trends that can be observed. Distribution of scores and CRS cutoffs. The distribution of current scores within the Express Entry Pool is one of the factors that may have an impact on the CRS score cutoffs of upcoming draws. CRS scores within the pool may help ircc decide both what the next appropriate cutoff score is for qualified candidates, and how large each draw should be. While there may be other factors in the decision-making process here, for example, labor market needs or special immigration policy, CRS distribution within the pool may prove to be a contributing factor even in these instances, as it is a key indication of how well adapted immigration candidates are within the pool. Category-based draws also impact this distribution. In addition to standard, CRS score-based draws, Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada, IRCC, conducts category-based draws for Express Entry candidates. These draws specifically target individuals with certain professional experience or language ability, instead of CRS scores, to meet labor market and demographic needs in Canada. While these draws look beyond CRS scores, they still impact the distribution of scores in the Express Entry Pool when they invite candidates. Thus, paying attention to these draws and analysis may prove useful. What Express Entry draws occurred in March? March saw 4 Express Entry draws throughout the month. 2 of these draws were general draws, which invited candidates from all 3 Express Entry managed programs who met the needed CRS cutoff. Cutoff scores have remained higher than last year, however, this is not uncommon towards the start of the year, with cutoffs historically lowering for general draws as the year progresses. The 2 other draws were category-based selections for transport occupations and French language proficiency. This marked the first transport occupations and the third French language proficiency draw of the year. Thus far, the federal Express Entry system has been inviting French-speaking candidates to apply for PR at a faster rate than Quebec's immigration system, with these draws featuring some of the lowest CRS score cutoffs in Express Entry's history. More draw information is included in the table below. The current state of the Express Entry Pool, March 2024. The Express Entry candidate pool now has a total of 211,944 profiles, showing a slight increase of roughly 700 profiles from the total number at the end of February. Score distributions have been maintained at roughly the same volume, with slight changes based on how many candidates entered within a specific score range. A complete table of score distributions and number of people in the pool can be found below. Analysis of score ranges. Distribution disparity. The distribution of candidates across score ranges varies significantly, with some ranges having higher concentrations of candidates compared to others. For example, the score range of 351 to 400 has the highest number of candidates, with 55,586 individuals falling within this range, indicating a relatively larger proportion of test takers achieving scores in this band. Concentration of scores. Certain score ranges exhibit a higher concentration of candidates, suggesting common performance levels within these bands. Scores between 301 to 450 encompass a substantial portion of candidates, indicating a clustering of performance around these ranges. Distribution skewness. The distribution of candidates across score ranges is skewed, with fewer candidates at the extremes of the score spectrum. Score ranges such as 0 to 30601, 1200 have relatively lower numbers of candidates, indicating less common occurrence of scores at the lower and upper ends of the scale. Notable score bands. Specific score bands stand out for their significant representation of candidates, indicating areas of interest for further analysis. The score ranges of 351 to 400, 401 to 410, 411 to 420, and 471 to 480 are noteworthy for their relatively high numbers of candidates, suggesting patterns of performance within these bands warranting closer examination. Implications and considerations. Targeted interventions. Educators and policymakers can use score range data to identify areas for targeted interventions and support initiatives. By focusing resources on score bands with lower representation or performance levels, stakeholders can implement tailored strategies to improve outcomes for candidates in these ranges. Curriculum alignment. Analysis of score distribution can inform curriculum alignment efforts, ensuring that instructional content and assessment practices are aligned with the skills and knowledge assessed in the test. By aligning curriculum with prevalent score bands, educators can better prepare students for success on the test and promote alignment between instructional goals and assessment outcomes. Performance monitoring. Test administrators can use score distribution data to monitor performance trends over time and assess the effectiveness of interventions and initiatives aimed at improving candidate outcomes. By tracking changes in the distribution of scores across various bands, administrators can gauge the impact of interventions and make data-informed decisions to optimize test administration and scoring processes. Equity and access. Analysis of score distribution can shed light on equity and access issues within the testing population, highlighting disparities in performance across demographic groups or geographic regions. By identifying disparities in score distribution, stakeholders can develop targeted strategies to promote equity and access, ensuring that all candidates have equal opportunities to succeed on the test. These scores have also been mapped out below to better visualize the pool. As we can see, the highest volume of scores sit between the 351 to 400 CRS points boundary. What percentile is your score in the pool? By taking the upper boundary of each score range, we can also determine what percentile a score is in when compared to the rest of the scores in the express entry candidate pool. Percentiles show how a certain score compares against the total makeup of scores. For example, if someone has a CRS score of 420, their percentile score is 52.07%, meaning that their score is higher than 52.07% of the total scores in the pool. Find the complete breakdown of score percentiles below. Understanding score percentiles. Interpretation of percentiles. Percentiles represent the percentage of test takers who scored below a particular score. For example, a score of 350 corresponds to the 15.89th percentile, indicating that 15.89% of test takers scored below 350. Distribution across percentiles. The distribution of percentiles reflects the spread of scores across the test-taking population. Lower scores, such as 300, are associated with lower percentiles, indicating that only a small percentage of test takers scored below this threshold. As scores increase, percentiles gradually rise, reflecting an increasing proportion of test takers achieving higher scores. Inflection points. Inflection points, where percentiles experience significant shifts, provide insights into the distribution of scores. Notable inflection points occur around scores such as 400, 450, and 500, where there are pronounced changes in percentile values, indicating shifts in the distribution of scores. Percentile ranges. Certain score ranges correspond to broader percentile ranges, reflecting variability in performance within these ranges. For instance, the score range of 400 to 500 encompasses percentiles ranging from 42.12% to 94.66%, indicating a wide range of performance levels within this band. Implications and considerations. Benchmarking performance. Educators can use percentile data to benchmark student performance relative to national or global norms. Understanding where students fall within percentile ranges can help identify areas of strength and weakness, informing targeted interventions and support strategies. Setting academic standards. Policymakers can utilize percentile data to establish academic standards and proficiency levels for standardized tests. By setting clear benchmarks based on percentile performance, policymakers can ensure alignment with educational goals and objectives. Identifying achievement gaps. Percentile data can reveal achievement gaps among student populations, highlighting disparities in academic performance. Educators and policymakers can use this information to implement equitable strategies to address achievement gaps and promote inclusive education practices. Predicting success. Percentile data can serve as predictors of future academic success, guiding educational planning and decision-making. Students, educators, and parents can use percentile information to set realistic goals, track progress, and make informed choices about educational pathways. That concludes our overview of the state of the Express Entry Pool for March 2024. As the immigration landscape continues to evolve, staying informed about the latest trends and developments in Express Entry is essential for those aspiring to make Canada their new home. Whether you're a prospective immigrant, an immigration professional, or simply interested in Canadian immigration policy, we hope this update has provided valuable insights into the dynamics of the Express Entry system. Stay tuned for future updates as we continue to track the journey of skilled workers seeking opportunities in Canada. That is all for today. In this video, what are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later, in the next episode. Till then, take care.